Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is my third video on the female warriors, yes I know. But honestly, I just pulled Rubrienne, so for the first time. So I couldn't help myself but to have to make this video. Unfortunately there was a bit of lag in the beginning. So luckily managed to get out of it and work around it. The yellow Vegeta is a serious pain in the butt because of all his constant debuffs and constant raising of cards. So we had to deal with that all the time, and that wasn't fun. But realistically, we made it alright, I suppose. It's just very difficult playing in these situations, but I decided to keep it in just to show you, like, just carry on, stick through it. I was hoping to get a feint here, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. No, I decided to go straight in. Well, I didn't actually go straight in with Rubrienne, but it doesn't matter. It's very difficult playing around the yellow Vegeta because every time he enters the battlefield, he just gives you these debuffs, and especially with his main ability, and oh, it's just nuts. He's still a very good unit, and I didn't want to let Rubrienne go, unfortunately, so I had to switch in Cocoonsa, which broke my heart even more. I did notice he hadn't used the green for quite a while, but I didn't remember him using a green anyway, but apparently he did. Such is life. And unfortunately, we lose Cocoonsa, which is very unfortunate, but at least she gives the other female warriors a nice little buff of damage. And at this point, look at that damage. Rosie is going in. Unfortunately, he brings in the Broly. So, you know what? Goodbye, Broly. I was not going to be having any more of his nonsense. So, I was so tempted to go for that blue card. I'm not going to lie. And the strike, honestly. But I don't know why I decided to go for the bloody blast card, which was guessed. So, I went against both my gut instincts. And it cost me. So, listen to your gut, guys. And I was just hoping he wouldn't get the feint here because, well, that would be pretty much just evident of my luck. But thankfully he didn't, and Rubrienne tanked that like an absolute champ. So, Hercule come at her. Now at this point, I mean, I am slightly worried, even though Rubrienne is a last stand unit. She's now just going to be doing so much damage, which is fantastic. Had just enough ki. Look at all the debuffs on Rubrienne. She has no buffs buffing her, which is just tragic. But she still manages to wipe out the Vegeta with an incredible amount of damage. So I wanted to switch out of Rubrienne sooner, but it just didn't let me. Thankfully, we managed to let Bardock use his Vanish, and I just don't know. This match was just a travesty. Thankfully, we have all our buffs back, and I don't know why I didn't sidestep. But anyway, managed to bait him out, but apparently his bloody blast card can beat my arts card that was launched as he vanished. But whatever, game! Whatever! Get wrecked, Broly. And now it's your turn, Bardock. Fantastic! Anyway, do your worst. There's nothing you can do to Rubrienne. Even if you have a rush. I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm slightly worried if you have a rush, but thankfully you managed to get out of that. Now, I could have finished him easily if my strike cards were normal, so I had it enough at this point, and I just went straight for a Rising Rush because honestly, I don't care. I just want this match over with, and luckily he doesn't guess us. These laggy matches are just the worst and the bane of my bloody existence. But there we go. The newcomer gets her first win screen. Nice way to end it. Unfortunately, what a first game to have with her, but anyway. Here we come to our second game. Against a very interesting little team. One I've been actually contemplating running for a while, but I just haven't come around to it because there's just so many other things. And you know what? This team is actually exceptionally viable. They hold their own very well. Because of the green Ginyu holding a green card, and the red Goku constantly needing a green card, but also drawing a green card. So, he constantly giving himself health, him constantly giving himself the damage increase, he's going to be insane. This team just synergizes so well, so this was a really good game. And I love playing against unique teams, so this was just great. Like, Cocoons was doing still so much damage. And if Goku, the Ginyu Goku had his debuffs, oh, it would be over for him. So, luckily for him, or unluckily for him, luckily for him, he doesn't get the feint. Now, just wanted to get rid of this Ginyu, but unfortunately he manages to switch him out because I didn't want him taking away any of my character's buffs because just nuts. And I'm so glad I decided not to switch into Rubrian just in case the switch in and vanish didn't work out. So Rosie unfortunately does get taken out, but I mean I still have Kakunsa, which is perfectly fine, and it's still pretty early in the fight and we still have a rush. I have no idea what happened there, but it's just been that all day, so I've had to deal with it. And look at all the green cards. It's insane how much healing and how many buffs and how he's able to get rid of all the debuffs on himself. So this Ginyu Goku is not to be slept on. He's actually really, really good. Now, get rid of the main one that I'm worried about is the purple Ginyu. So he's gone at least. That's happiness is for me. Now, I had to just try and buy as much time as I can for Kukunsa to come back in. And unfortunately, it's just slightly too short a time. And I wanted to bring in Kukunsa to cover change, but at the same time I just wanted to wait to see what would happen. And honestly, the fact that I had type advantage over both of them, but at the same time I wanted to get rid of the green Ginyu because firstly, my Kukunsa is eventually going to stop doing as much damage, but I mean she's type advantage, so it wouldn't really affect her anyway. But I have Rubrienne, who can be damaged quite severely by that Ginyu, and she has advantage over the red Ginyu Goku, which, if it should come down to it, she is the last stand unit, the one that I need. So I'd rather keep the type advantage unit on the field and get her all the buffs of her defeated allies that are possible. So this is just a really, really good game by this person, and it was actually a lot of fun, like I say, to play against. So managed to get some good hits in with Kukunsa, but her damage has pretty much been dealt, so I had to switch into Rubrienne to just finish this off. And what better way to end it off than Rubrienne showing how much she loves her opponent. Now there we have it, there's her on the second win screen. 6 sick units, 6 sick team, just so much fun to use. And it just goes to show, well, that they've done so well in terms of synergizing this team since they synergized so well in the anime. And here we come up against the exact team that I just dread. Not necessarily the Universe 6, it's just hit. Now, we managed to actually evade it, so that was very good. I decided to keep in Kukunsa, but I really shouldn't have. I should have used the main ability there, but I mean, it's not really an issue because Kale's not going to do any damage to Rubrienne realistically, because Kale's also kind of faded out a bit, I'd say. And unfortunately our switch-in cost goes up there. Now I just wanted to use my Vanish with Rubrienne, but unfortunately it stopped sidestepping, so... And I'm not even going to fault him, he just did that so well. He predicted who I was going to bring in, and he did really well. But unfortunately he decides to end that doing very well with doing that. Now I decided to use this blue card because I absolutely knew Kale would be coming in, and you know I'm using this feint because screw you and screw your hit. So I just wanted her gone, and honestly, who better to do that than Rubrienne? Now look at the damage. Kale is still a tank. She's got the paralyze on her, and honestly, I just want her gone. Because at this point, I need Rosie. I'd still like to keep my Rosie. And even though Kale's type disadvantage against Rubrienne, I didn't need the rush, I don't care. Kale's a nuisance. constantly destroying your cards and coming with a damage cut. I don't want that. Now, the second target is Hit. Hit is just a nuisance. But wait for him to sidestep, catch it perfectly, and absolutely wreck him with our love. Show him the devastation! So, there we have it. He didn't decide to sidestep, which I found exceptionally interesting. And I decided to use Cocoon's main ability because, yeah, no. And thankfully, we happened to draw another card, and thanks to the bleed, goodbye Hit. Now there, I don't know what he was thinking. Have no idea. He would have been able to easily save Kaba, but he just decided not to. So, I'm not going to complain. Worked out very well for me in the end. And I wanted to see, you know what, if I could get another feint. I don't think I would have utilized it at that point because I would have felt kind of bad. But he's just going to be... I don't know what he was waiting for. I think he was waiting to use a blue card or wait to see what I was doing. But I decided, you know what, I wanted to try give him Paralyzed since he was waiting. But unfortunately that didn't work out too well because I forgot that he has that ability to remove all your debuffs. But fair play for remembering what I couldn't. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't really willing to bring in the Rosie as a cover change in case he happened to have another rush. So, I decided to just keep Cocoonsa in, even if we happen to lose her. It's not really that big a deal. And I sidestepped again, but apparently not. Damn it, game! And there he caught me in the sidestep, so fair play. I honestly was not really willing to lose Rosie against... there's the rush, I knew it was there. I wasn't really willing to lose Rosie and leave Ribrianne as type, the last woman standing against the type disadvantage unit. So I brought her in, and thankfully we managed to guess the rush, even though, look at the damage, is not that much against the Cabba, which is very unfortunate, but she's still doing very, very well, and if she was last woman, she would be able to hold her own, except I just not like to take the extra bit of damage Cabba can do, so instead I decide use Rosie now at the end, and just finish him off quite comfortably. And there we have it, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get Ribrianne on the third win screen as well, but it doesn't matter. We had a good trio of games. So if you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.